Okay, a couple hours later here, day 6, meal 2. The earlier meal after my mindfulness practice involved all of the sprouted grains. Let's see, right here, this rye fiber type product, the perfect food green, super green stuff, and a good scoop of my 400 billion helpers here, probiotics. It's a lot of helpers, 400 billion. This is like the biggest amount of probiotic thing that I could find. And it's also made by Garden of Life. They seem to be making the things that I'm using a lot of here. Whole glass of water, giant glass of water every meal, and in between. Let's try to kick up the water that we're ingesting here. We're made mainly of water, and that's important, very important for us. That's going to be a whole study for us here coming up. Okay, so we have our second meal. Now I want to kind of pull it out here. I created a little package here for us to look at. Now you can get these things like right in the regular grocery store. It's a Rubbermaid product. It has a nice sealable lid on it, which is really good. And if you notice, looking at the bottom, it's 2 compartments. One compartment on this side, let me pull this off here, has enough room for about 2 cups of all the green stuff. Remember the other day we made that epic, gigantic amount of stir fry with everything, kale, spinach, we had arugula in there, we had watercress, we had broccoli, we had cauliflower, we had some onions, we had mushrooms, we have a couple different kinds of mushrooms. We had in that, I even had a few olives in there. So that gigantic, remember the gigantic mound of stuff that we cooked in the electric skillet. And then it cooked down to like 1/10 of its original size, remember that? So this is what's left of this a couple days later, and I'll make another batch either later today or tomorrow of that. So that forms kind of a foundation. It's very biodiverse. This mix of vegetables gives my body everything that it needs. We literally could live on this. And then, you know, the broccoli has, and the kale, they all work together very nicely. And there's more protein than what you would think in some of these vegetables. Okay, so here's my first meal protein sources: 2 hard-boiled eggs. I'm going to peel these. I'm not going to eat the egg yolks, though. I'm also, at the same time, interested in improving my cholesterol profile. So this made up in the morning, and 6 of these, right, conceptually could form our meal plan for the entire day. What would work well about that is that it's really good portion control. We know that this amount of vegetables works pretty well in terms of satisfying our hunger. In fact, it becomes a little bit difficult to eat this much. Like, you have to make an effort at it. This is what I notice eating this way. The protein sources I can switch up with other protein sources. I like to bring into the equation some tuna. With this package, I would eat half of this package of tuna. That would be 7 grams of protein. There's no carbohydrate. There's no added sugar. Half the package would have less than 1 gram of fat. Half the package would be about 35 calories. I'm not even counting calories. The truth is I really don't care. Now listen, I'm working it all out for you. We're going to map it all out in detailed form. Maybe you've already seen that. And I'm going to hire a nutritionist that will review everything and comment on what I'm actually doing here, and you'll be able to see what they have to say as well. And my main plan is I'm not approaching this like by doing what somebody else tells me to do. And I don't want you to do that either. I want you to follow what feels right. To clarify and know your intention every day, to rest in the feeling of your intention, to really trust at the deepest level that you are willing and capable of trusting the power of your mind creating the reality that you live in. I'm trusting that first and foremost, and I'm really following my cravings and my impulses, and I'm noticing, I'm learning the language of my body, and I'm kind of, sometimes if my impulse heads towards like a known facts, super juicy double cheeseburger, okay? Known fact, very high in fat, affects my cholesterol. The bun itself, very high glycemic index. It turns to sugar fast. And the cheeseburger, actually, although tasting delicious momentarily, really has not helped me at all. Same with pizza, same with a few other things. Same with like fried chicken with all the grease and everything. Things that taste-wise I have enjoyed. Now, I have to tell you right now, I can say these certain foods. I can think about them right now here as I talk with you. Zero craving for it. That's like, I'm amazed by that. 6 days ago, if you said cheeseburger, I would almost be like a robot, marching my way towards the cheeseburger automatically. And because it just, that was the habit, right? Something is shifting. I can say cheeseburger and pizza. I can say fried chicken. The word itself has a certain resonance. It also presents a visual image in my mind, and also accesses my memory bank of many pleasant experiences. They're all very euphoric. Some of them involve gathering with my family. Very euphoric, but the gathering with the family is not dependent upon cheeseburger. The gathering and the feeling of the connection with people is not dependent upon the pizza or the fried chicken. The feeling of the connection is its own unique experience that is what I'm looking for. I am really looking inside myself for the essence of that feeling of connection. It actually has nothing to do with cheeseburgers. They're just associated with what I love the most. I can eat a hard-boiled egg or two instead of a cheeseburger. If I need a little bit more fat, I can crack open nature's best little, I don't know, is it a vegetable, is it a fruit? I don't know, it's got a big giant like seed in it. Avocado this morning and throughout the day with this meal that I have presented here that I just showed you, I'm going to cut this in half and I'm going to eat 1/8 to 1/4 of this with each of these meals here. I'll put a little bit of lemon juice on it so that it will, and then I'll put it in like a little wrapper so it won't turn too brown. Even if it turned brown, guess what? It's just like oxidization. That does not impact it. You can still eat it. It's like not a big deal. So caveman would eat it. A cave woman would probably eat it quicker than the caveman. Okay, embrace the wisdom of cave woman and caveman. Avocado, 1/8 of an avocado, 1/8 to 1/4 of an avocado with each of these 6 meals. That's what I'm aiming for today. All right, so there we have it. That's a simple eating plan. This right here, practiced every day, will bring our A1C at its most optimum level for what our body is able to do. Okay, there we have it for the day. I'll see you in about 4 hours. Stay with it. You can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's do it.